welcome to today's session. Today we are going to get these glutes firing and moving in slightly different ways to protect your low back. Most low back pain seems to stem from weak gluteus, med, min and max, as well as instability through your foot, and that radiates into your knee, into your hips, all these things. It makes your pelvis tilt the wrong way. Some people even can't find, no, we're not doing that either. No. Hello and welcome to today's session. Today we are going to do some lower body strengthening. This is going to help with any low back pain. Let's make the muscles that should be doing the work do the work so that your low back can go on holiday, or just work the way it's supposed to. With that in mind, for today's session you will need an elevated platform of some description. A yoga block will work, some books will work. If you are near your stairs, a step will work. It doesn't need to be very high. This height is absolutely fine. Some small weights if you would like to. You do not need them. We're going to be doing some isometrics, which, as you all know, burn like fire anyway, and then a mat or a carpeted surface. So let's start by coming down just onto the ground, and you're just going to very gently rock those hips from side to side. Rock your hips from side to side, which becomes much more difficult when you've got dogs on you. We're going to stop in this 90-90 position. We're going to be using this 90-90 position a bit later. So let's start to make it make sense to our brains. Especially if this position is new to you, it might feel a little bit gross to start with. Well, this is lovely. So, in this position, luckily we're staying here, you're going to turn your body over to the bent leg side, the leg behind you, and you're going to try and lift your chest forward whilst trying to drop this back hip down towards the ground. And now lift it up, so you're tilting your tailbone almost like you're lifting it towards the sky, and then take it down. Lift it up and take it down. These movements are small on purpose. Lift it up and take it down. One more, lift it up and take it down. Darling, can I switch? Oh, thanks, babe. We're coming to the other side, same again. You're going to twist over to this bent leg side, sending your hip down and back, and then up and chest lifts, down and back, up and chest lifts, down and back, up and chest lifts. If you're getting cramp already, that's okay. And lift and down. Doesn't look like I'm doing anything, does it? But if you're doing it with me, you'll know this feels a little bit, I'm going to use the word clunky. I used that word yesterday and people laughed. I don't know why. Okay, then we're going to come to some cat-cows in a slightly different way. We're trying to get the movement or the knowledge into our brains of moving through your pelvis. It's not a movement that we do very often, especially as we start to sit down a lot. So with that in mind, your hands are going to be a little bit further forward than your shoulders. Your hips are going to be connected to your heels if you can. If this is a struggle, this is fine. We're going to be here for just a few breaths, so elevating those hips is absolutely fine. What we're looking to do is imagine that there is an actual tail coming out of the bottom of your tailbone. And imagine like a little scaredy puppy, when they tuck their tail under, you want to tuck that tailbone down towards the ground. So imagine your tail is going between your legs. Now imagine that you're a happy waggy dog. If one of them was here, I would demonstrate that on a real dog, but they're not. They've disappeared because they're tired. Exhale, you're going to tuck that tail under. Inhale, lift it back up. Small movement again. Exhale, tuck it under. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale as you tuck it under. I want you to think about your hands. you're going to press your hands into the ground and we're going to try and drive our tailbone, just the tailbone, over to that left side. So you're almost trying to point your tailbone towards your foot. You might start to feel like you need a wee. That's normal. Come back to centre. Same again on the other side. So we're tucking that tailbone under and trying to send your tailbone towards your right heel. Come back to centre, left side, but we're going to elevate the tailbone up towards the sky. Send it over to that left side. If you get a clonk, you're welcome. Come back to centre and now right side. Keep that tailbone lifted as much as you can. And now find a neutral position. So you're just neutral, normal here. And I want you to just feel your tailbone. I want you to imagine that there's a stick going from here to the top of your head. And I want you to see if there's any part of your spine that wants to move to make that stick be straighter. You can move your hands. I want you to move whatever feels like it needs to move to find that straight line, not swaying front to back, but up from your tailbone up. So it's kind of like a side to side movement. Oh, I feel like I need to go there. Oh yeah, yep, okay. So inhale as you find that nice length, lift the tailbone up towards the sky, and now on your exhale you're going to round through the spine, tuck your chin towards your chest, see how that feels. Send your tailbone over to the right side, and now try and lengthen it up towards the sky. Take it back to centre, keep it tucked under, take it all the way through, and now try and lift your tailbone up towards the left side. And then come back to centre. Okay, that was your warm-up. Now we're going to get into firing our muscles. So the first exercise that we're going to do, you're going to need your elevated surface. You're just going to put your foot on it. Okay, I want you to think, it's really, really important in this exercise that you feel your big toe, your little toe and your heel. Everyone's so sick of me saying big toe, little toe and heel. You're going to hinge your hip back. That means tailbone towards the sky. If you have something to put your hand on, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, you're going to bring your feet so that they are together. You're then going to drop your your left foot down towards the ground. Let this right hip hike. You'll feel a stretch and a movement through this glute. Then, keeping everything stable, you're going to press straight up and bring this knee with you. Exhale, you're going to drop down. Inhale, you're going to press up. Exhale, you're going to go down. Inhale, you're going to press up. For 3. For 2. For 1. And now change legs. Whose glutes are on fire? You're welcome. Okay, so using this block once again. Hip hinge. Hinge from your hip. We're not necessarily bending the knee as such. Your knee will bend because you have to bend it. So, as you drop that foot down towards the ground, let this hip hike. And now press the ground away. Oh, see how my big toe lifted then? That's not what we want. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, press into your whole foot as you press up. Exhale, drop that foot down. Inhale, pick it back up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, pick it back up. If your foot starts to wobble, that's okay. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, pick it up. Last one. And come down to your mat. Okay, this movement is a challenge. So don't worry if you don't get it on the first try. You're going to come into your 90-90, but in this reclined, paint me like one of your French girls position. Hopefully that's all you'll think about now. We're going to lift this hip forward. I want you to keep your knee in line with your hip. So as we come forward, my knee is still kind of behind me. I'm not dragging it here. I've got a line from my hip to my knee. Send it back. I'm just going to move back because that's not very nice on my knee. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, drop it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. For 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Drop it down. Switch it out. That was smooth, wasn't it? It's like I've done it before. I'm glad that I impressed myself because I'm not impressing anybody else. Okay, we're going to hip up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Come to a chair or elevated surface of some description. I may not have told you that you need that, but you do. Okay, we're going to do some leg extensions. You can add weight to these. I'm going to just put this little weight on my foot, but you do not need to. So, from here, all we're going to do is imagine we're kicking ourselves in the face. I want as much flexion in that foot as possible. That means toes point towards the sky and drop it down. As much flexion as possible as we squeeze and drop it down. Lengthen, squeeze, drop it down. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, hold. See if you can kick yourself in the face a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Oh, drop it down. Honestly, some of the things that I have you do are things that I would regret. I'm kidding. And extend. And down. Extend. And down. For 3. Kick yourself in the face as much as possible. 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, 8, hold, kick yourself in the face a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, and let that go. Woo! Coming back to our glute work. So you'll find that one side is worse than the other in terms of how much it fires and also in terms of your stability. This is normal. Hinge at your hips. It will also get better with practice. Hit that hike and drop it down. For 2, for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You can load this, but I want you to take the ego out of it. You don't need to load it if you're not feeling what you're meant to be feeling. I feel this and I do a lot of loaded glute work. So trust me, you don't need to load it. So hip hike and down. Hike and down. 3, keep that foot stable. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then take that out of the way for a mo. Coming back to these. This is like a progression of a Copenhagen if you've ever done those, clamshell. If you've ever done those, this is just next level. Better. I'm going to move. There we go. So hip up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Woo! Who's feeling their glute med? That's the muscle right here. Okay, leg extensions. Let's go. 1 and hold. 2, hold. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold. Kick yourself in the face a bit more. And down. Ooh. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Try and keep your knees level with one another as you kick. This is what we're working. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. You're also working your hip flexor. Hold. And let it go. Last time here. Coming onto your block. By now, you should be starting to get some muscle memory into this movement. But I'm going to remind you, hinge and then hike the hip up. Don't let that foot move like I just did. And down. And up. Woo! And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down for 2. And 1. Oh. The more you press your big toe into the ground, the more your glute will fire. Hip up and down. Up and down. And down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We did 10 on the other side of the last one, so we're going to do 10 on this side. And 10. Woo. Coming back down to your 90-90s. Let's get straight into it. And up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold at the top, push your hips forward a little bit more. See if you can take that leg behind you a little bit more. For 3, hold. For 2, for 1, oh, yuckers. This part of your glute should be absolutely on fire just now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold. Send that leg back a bit more, hips forward a bit more. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Okay, last set of leg extensions. Getting that weight if you want it. Again, you don't need it. We're going to extend and hold. And down. And hold. And down. Hold. Down. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold. 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 And let it go. Whew. Last time on the other side. Let's extend and come back. extend, and come back. Extend, and come back. Extend, and come back. For 4. For 3, make sure this movement is controlled. For 2. For 1, hold, kick yourself in the face a bit more. This is the last one, you can do it. You can do it. Contract that quad. Squeeze that foot towards your face. Oh, let it go. Throw your weight away if you had it. Come down onto your mat. We're going to stretch through our quad. So we're going to come into this front lying position. Just take a bit of movement from your hips. You're going to take your hand around the outside of your foot, and then you're just going to kick your foot into your hand. So you probably can't even see that I'm doing anything here, but I am kicking my foot into my hand, which is giving me a nice stretch down my hip flexor and my quad, and into the top of my knee, which is normal. Take a breath in here. Exhale, let it go, switch sides. Same again. Kick the foot into the hand. Doesn't have to be a very fierce kick. Like I'm not like, if you can do it, just that you're adding tension. So your hand is kind of acting as a wall, if you like, to add some tension to that quad stretch. And then coming to sit up. One of my favourites. We're going to take this position. This leg can be straight if you need it to be. That is absolutely fine. We're just going to hug our forearm. I'm going to bend this because I don't feel the stretch otherwise. Personally, just because I do this a lot. Okay, so my forearm is around the outside edge of my knee. I'm going to press my knee into my forearm. So you're going to press it, press it, press it, press it, press it. Then you're going to let it go, and you're going to squeeze your knee into your elbow. And then back towards your armpit. Feeling all of this round here stretching. It's a really nice stretch for your glute med and your glute in general. And then switch sides if you can. Do it without using your hands. That is your challenge, to build up to doing it without using your hands. It's quite important that we can move our legs without using our hands for longevity. So press your knee into your forearm. Press it, press it, press it. Press it, press it, press it. Keep pressing. Relax, and then just draw your knee into your elbow and then into your armpit. So you're almost thinking about taking this knee over to behind you. But we're not using this because this takes the twist out, or the stretch out of the glute and into your spine, which is not wrong. Take a breath in here. Exhale, let it go. Okay, you are done. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope your hips feel stronger. I hope your lower back feels like it can take a little bit of a rest. And I look forward to you joining me on the next session. In the meantime, I hope that the rest of your day is filled with homemade sunshine, because there's none to be had outside today, if you're anywhere near me anyway. Lots of magic, things that taste good, things that smell nice, and things that make you feel wonderful. Until next time.